All right, class is in session. All right, we got another chapter of Atomic Attraction here, summarizing the book and helping you guys out so that you can have a step-by-step guide on becoming more attractive. It's a great book, and it makes it real easy, and you can raise your SMB by a lot by following this step-by-step book. So hopefully it's helping you. Let's go over chapter 13. Chapter 13 is Create Attraction. Nature is infinitely creative. It is always producing possibilities of new beginnings. Mary Ann Williamson. Attraction starts with a spark. You meet a woman, and if she likes you and you seduce her the right way, sex is almost guaranteed to happen. Society has drilled into our heads that women do not want sex. Women are pure creatures, corrupted by man. That's the myth. This has a habit of making a man feel guilty to even talk to a woman. Women are biologically programmed to have men show interest in them. Women love our attention, absolutely love it. They're intoxicated by it. They would be so depressed if they didn't have men's attention. That's something they don't tell us. They don't want us to have that power, but you just got to know it. If you're struggling to meet women, it might be important to think about your logistics, like where you live, your location, where you're living. Men who live in big cities like New York, Los Angeles, Chicago, Houston, San Antonio, Dallas, Phoenix, have more options than a man in Lost Springs, Wyoming. That's correct. Population 5. Men who teach, Men who teach English in Europe and Southeast Asia have more opportunities to date and have sex with women than a man who works in a bank. Meeting and dating women than men who work in a bank. Yeah. So basically, obviously, if you're doing something where there's a lot of women, you're gonna have more opportunity. Meeting and dating women is not about money and prestige. It is about access. Yep, you have to have access to the women. You need to have time and opportunity to meet. Yep, that's true. And date women. Why do bartenders, overseas English teachers, tour guides, personal trainers get to meet, date, and have sex with many beautiful women? Well, right now, as we speak, there are millions of women that will date and have sex with you. Absolutely. Especially after reading this book. Yeah. But the only thing is that they have to have access to you. This, by not having access to women, this prevents you from dating and having sex with them. Yes. So what you have to have is access to the women. So you can't be living in the desert and, expect to find women or water. You can't meet or date women or have sex with them if you can't have the opportunity to actually meet them in person. This is where the power of the direct approach is important. Not all locations are the same opportunities. Meeting women at a bar, club, is a possibility because there's a lot of beautiful women there. Okay? There's a lot of available women at bars and clubs to meet. However, women have a mindset at a bar and a club that they're just there to go out and have a good time and meet with friends. It is true. So they're not necessarily there to meet men. There's a lot there to meet, and you have to worry about, not worry, but there's a lot of other men seeking their attention. So now you got competition in the bar, right? And you have a bad environment to actually talk to the women to get to know you because there's music playing and blasting. That's why a lot of people don't like bars and clubs, So, and, sometimes if you don't drink alcohol, it's not good either, right? Fundamental for conversation is, the environment, correct. Let's see. Nightclub and bar, two of the worst places to meet women. Yeah, yep. But I mean, it's not impossible, you know. So if you like that kind of thing, it's good. Some of the best places to meet women is during the day. That because women don't have their guards down during the day. Um, and let's see. Uh, and then it talks about a case study where this guy, and I don't know if they make up the case studies, but Andrew lives in Florida. He wants to meet more women, so he goes to LA, but he's not meeting more women because he's not getting out and about. So you can go to a big city, but if you're not getting out and meeting people, then, you know, you can live in a huge city, and you have to take actions to be around people. So the best places to meet women are coffee shops, elevators, supermarkets, or gym, or anywhere human beings congregate. Correct. Uh, let's see. Uh, Meeting women is not difficult. Meeting the right kind of woman requires lots of thought and attention. Dozens of beautiful women are available to meet at bars and clubs. What type of woman do you want to meet? Yeah, you gotta ask yourself that, right? All right. If you want to meet beautiful, healthy women, a gym would be a good location. Or uh, let's see, or where sports activities take place. And I think a gym, like you would have to be like I worked out my whole life, and actually, you know, talking to chicks in a gym is, I did it when I was younger, but nowadays it's a lot harder. As a gym, I would do like a CrossFit class or group classes where you get to know people, you know, and you keep seeing them. I would try like a group class, not like aerobics, but like a CrossFit or something like that, or even those run clubs. That's not bad either. Okay. Um, let's see. That's it. Gym. Okay. Study. Okay, so here we go. Uh, Studies show women who exercise and they just finished exercising are due to the increase in their physiological arousal, uh, are more likely to be are more likely to find men attractive. So there you go. That's it. That's a good. Um, let's see. And let's see. Okay, another studies. Okay, study into exercise and attraction show that that with okay, so if you meet a woman and she's done some exercise, her elevated heart rate and her elevated physiological arousal just from doing the exercise, she will be more attracted to you because it's she's actually aroused by the physical part of the exercise, but she doesn't know that. So, you know, something where you're doing an activity, that's good, you know. So that's what the studies show. Exercise itself is a similar. Okay, so a similar study conducted on men over the Capercano, I don't know if I said that right, Capercano River in North Vancouver. So they did a study in North Vancouver over the Capercano River in Vancouver, Canada, and they had women approach men as the guys went over a bridge. It was a high suspended bridge, and it was found that men found the woman more attractive when they were in this state of kind of arousal, because they're scared they're going to fall and die off the bridge, and so that arousal and that anxiety from that caused them to be more attracted to the woman. So that's good. So you need like activity dates, you know. Men confuse fear and anxiety with actual arousal, what the study showed. For attraction, yes, the same woman. If a woman is feeling fearful and anxious, she is more likely to be aroused. Now, not like a big, huge fear. That might like going to an amusement park, you know, doing roller coasters and stuff like that. That'd be fun, you know. And she, you know, the fear of actually getting on the roller coaster, she'd be like wanting you more. Aroused and receptive to a man's advance. Or meet him at a theme park, huh? All right. Even if her arousal is triggered by something other than the man's presence, the man who pursues beautiful women meets and dates beautiful women. Sounds logical. The man who pursues who pursues mediocrity ends up meeting and dating mediocre women. Yeah, that makes sense. The choice relies on with you. Correct. Just like everything. The world is not conspiring against you. When it comes to meeting women worth pursuing, there are only two rules to keep in mind. It is easier to meet and attract beautiful women during the day. That's a good. And you must be prepared. This is important too. To meet women in unexpected places without warning and without notice and without hesitation. So be bold, right? So you always got to be looking good, when you go outside your house, you need to be dressed right. You need to have your cologne on. You need to have your, 10 days of stubble done. You need to be, dressed well. You can't be dirty and smelly, and you got to be good to go. You got to be ready, because, you could see a hot chick and be like, okay, I need to do this. And, you really do. I can't, emphasize this enough. When you see a girl, it has to be pretty quick. You can't, it all depends on the situation, but you cannot sit there and stare at her. You cannot sit there and think about it too long. They see you staring. They see you looking. The quicker you do it, the more bold you are. You can give yourself a little bit of time, but just understand that, and I saw this once. I was at a Starbucks, and I was actually buying my drink, and I knew I saw a cute girl as I walked in. I mean, who doesn't see him, right? But there was this, it was a young black kid. He was he's about her age, 25, 30. And I could just see him. I mean, I was kind of watching it because I was in line at the thing, and I was in a hurry, but anyway, as I'm waiting for my coffee, I could see him. I mean, I wasn't even trying to see it. And he kept looking up, not for long. I mean, he really liked her. And he would look over, and I'm sure she saw a couple of those looks. And he was a good kid, but I kind of wanted to shake him and go up there, go ask her. Because you definitely could see he found her attractive, and he kept looking too many times. And even in me, as a man, I kind of was, just in the 5 minutes I sat there, was like, dude, getting a little creepy here. But that's was just his body looking at her and liking what he saw. But just something for you guys to think about, But anyway, guys, that's the chapter 13. That's the summary of chapter 13 tonight. And I'll work on another chapter tomorrow. See you on the next one.